What's up, guys? It's Waylon here from TeamTwistedDuelist. This is one of our very first videos for our big launch we're going to be having soon. So let's get right into it.
Hello everybody, I'm Scott. I'm from Team Twisted Duelist also, and I'm going to show you my profile for my Volcanics. I'm taking to the 150th anniversary of YCS. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Main deck. First monster, only one of them, is Volcanic Doomfire. I love him because he's a 3000 beater, helps get over a lot of decks I need to get over, especially like Shadal's to get over Winda. Because as everybody else knows, Winda can't be destroyed by card effects, so Scatter Shot, don't touch it. So Volcanic Doomfire comes in handy in that occasion. Other than that, his effect where your opponent has any face-up attack position monsters during their battle phase, they must attack him, he destroys them, destroys all their monsters, and they take 500 for each, which is pretty awesome. I don't see him a lot, which is pretty sad, but he came to handy a lot of times, actually helped me win a game against Waylon today, in a mirror match. So, I love Doomfire, especially in a mirror match.
I still got you them 1200.
3 rockets, that's a must. It's the searcher, get your reload. So it's basic. Plus he's a 1900 beater, you can't beat that. It gets over a lot of monsters, so he's always awesome to see on the field. Plus he's a 4, so you can get out your ranks. And he gets the search for a reload no matter how he's summoned, whether it's special summon, normal summon, flip summon, whatever. Once he hits the field, that's broken. I get all my reloads so quickly. Of course, the basic boss monster of the deck, Scatter Shot. Beautiful card, destroy all your opponent's monsters, plus you take 500 for each of these every time you hit the graveyard. And he's recyclable with Firestorm, so you just keep doing it over and over and over again, and you can't beat that.
Blowing up your opponent's field.
3 shell, another basic. You need to have 3, can't use any less because it's helps fuel reload, so you can keep drawing, keep getting your power. Set him if you need to, anything like that. So it's really good, and he's recyclable through reload through a Firestorm guard. So he's pretty awesome. Everything in the deck is researchable except for Summoner Monk, but we'll get to him. 2 counters. I was running 3. 3's really good, but I needed to take out 1. I love my 2 how they are. You can't run 1 because 1's banishable, it's so easy to get rid of, and 2 puts a lot of pressure, and he can be discarded with reload, so it's more power for the fuel. So
Now, what is your thoughts on people saying counters not important to the deck?
mostly, I don't think people are really thinking it through as much, probably because they haven't tested it out as much and seen it work as like I have. I've been playing these for a long time now, and those counters won me so many games, it's unbelievable. I was running 3, and 3 was amazing, but I shortened it down for the YCS so I can run Summoner Monks and fit those in so I can pull out my Exceeds. If I didn't, I would still be running 3. And 3 is still beautiful. It can get sometimes cloggy, but 2's perfect. You can't beat on 2. 1, I think, is just not enough.
Oh, wow.
Of course, 3 Firestorms. You have to have them, especially at 3. Recycles everything in your deck, all the monsters. And you get the draw 2, so it's basically a Pot of Avarice, but 4, and you still get that draw 2 power, and you start pulling off plays, you got your defenses going, and people's main concern is trying to stop Firestorm. So you got to make sure you play him wisely, and make sure you don't set yourself up for a trap. He comes in handy and will help you win games in certain situations. So, and plus he's another rank 4, so it's really good. Summoner Monks, a lot of people run them. I didn't run them for a short period of time because at my locals I didn't need to. But for the YCS you need to run 2 so you can get your exceeded monsters in a lot of different spots. Like I guess Necros or Shadal, so you can pull out certain monsters you need. And these have helped me win a lot of games too. You got to know when to play them too also. So he's came in handy. I love having him in there. I think there's 17 monsters if I remember right.
Alright, let's move on to the spells.
Of course, 3 Pot of Duality. You don't really special summon a lot. And if you get Summoner Monk and Pot of Duality in your hand at the same time, the best thing to do is send Pot from your hand to the graveyard for Summoner Monk's effect, pull out Rocket, get your reload, get going. Because you won't need... Pot of Duality is basically to get to your reload, but... So you can use it around and mess around with it. It don't really affect you. So Pot of Duality is pretty awesome. I only run 2 MST. 3's too cloggy. You don't really need it, especially with Nick Cross and everything. They don't really have back row. Same thing with Shadals. And those are going to be the biggest things you're going to play in the YCS. I run 2 for the fact that I can destroy my own reload and make plays, which is beautiful. And it gets Stellar Knights or anything like that. Fire Fist. So 2 is really good to have in this deck. And I wouldn't change that. Of course, 1 Regeki. basic. If I had a second Magic Planner, I'd run 2, but I'm running 1, and you definitely need to run more than 1, because you're going to have Phoenix Chains that's going to just sit on your field, and you need to get rid of your reloads, and it's 2 draws. I would even run 3, if I could figure out something to take out for you, that is. But Magic Planner is very, very amazing in this deck. 1 Foolish, so you can send Shell to the graveyard if you need to make a play, or Counter, so you can put pressure. Foolish, I always have a use for it. It can be milled for Summoner Monk, so Foolish Bear is really awesome. One of my favorite cards, Burial from a Different Dimension. It allows me to put my counters back in the graveyard, or if somebody trishes, or if they use Rhapsody and get rid of my monsters banished, I use this to bring them right back. So it's helped me out so much. So I love having a deck. I won't take it out. I run 1 Wildfire. You can use the extra destruction because it clears the whole field and gets your reload in the graveyard, so you can use your scatter shots again. And Wildfire is really amazing. I wasn't running it at the locals because I didn't need to, but I'm running it now for YCS, and it's helped out a lot. It's made a lot of great plays. I love Wildfire. And I think I got 10 spells, if I remember right. For my trap lineup, of course, 3 reloads. Getting rid of Volcanic Monster, get the draw card. Banish it from your graveyard to send 1 from your deck. Scattershot plays for days. 3 Phoenix Chain. 1, it's you got your Magic Planner you can use with it. Negates effects, stops attacks. It's a very beautiful card. I love Phoenix Chain. You can't beat it. And people hate seeing it. Destroys your Senjus.
Oh yeah, yes.
My favorite card, people do not like Magic Cylinder and don't like to play against it. And people have been telling me to take it out, but I have never found a reason why. They win me games. They put pressure. People know they're there, especially people that's dueled me before. And they put so much damage on board. And the whole point of your Volcanic deck is to burn and destroy. Right there. You stop an attack and you burn for life. You can't beat that.
Better than rain.
Reckless Greed. They're beautiful in this deck because you don't have to worry about your draw phase because you're always drawing with reload. So they don't really affect you, but they get your plays off. And you start really going, especially if you have more than 1 at a time. You're going to big hand, you get plays going. There's nothing you can really stop you. I love my Reckless Greeds. Sometimes I'll side them out depending on who I'm playing against, though. 2 Mirror Force, because you can use Destructive Power against, like, Stellar Knights, Yusenjus, Fire Fist. It's Mirror Force, a really good card. Total Field Destruction, so. And 1 copy of Vanities. I did have it out for a while, but I put it back in because it's Vanities. Stop those special so many plays, and it's came in handy a lot of tight spots. So people hate seeing it still. I hate being at 1, but what are you gonna do? Let's go ahead and move on. I think there's 12 there, 15 maybe, 15 traps. All right, for my side side deck, 2 copies of Flying Sea, Stellars of course, and most decks like that. Burning Abyss, Flying Sea is really great to have.
Yes.
That's going to come in handy a lot, and it has. 2 Effect Veiler, especially for the Shadal matchup. Get rid of Windows effects so you can get it off the board. Effect Veiler is really beautiful. And I had to put it in my side deck because this came in handy so much and I needed it. So Effect Veilers are really big. 2 Mind Crush, basic, get cards out of the hand. It's Mind Crush, don't really need to go into explain why.
Yeah.
2 Ajamas, really good against Burning Abyss and any other decks that really master field like Stellar Knights and Fire Fist. Fire Fist and Shadals can use them, and so can Necroz, so you gotta watch playing them, but they can come in handy. 2 Fairy Wind. Clees are coming back. A lot more people are playing Clees again. They gave up on a while, but I've been seeing a lot of Clee players. So Fairy Wind will be for that, and of course Fire Fist and Stellar Knights to get rid of their face-up Call of the Haunteds, or of course the spell lineup. So it's Fairy Wind. 2 Light Imprisoning Mirrors for the Stellar Knight matchup, and maybe Light Swarms or whatever, but mostly I put it in there for Stellar Knights because Alpha and a lot of things they have that cause me a lot of problems, and this helps out against them, so 2 Lights. And then my favorite side deck card is my Trap Tricks Tripole Nightmare. I always side it in 3 against a lot of decks like Shadals and Necroz. Stop Trish from going off, stop a lot of their plays from going off. Trap-Hole Nightmare is an MVP. I love that card. Let's go to my extra deck. I have 14 cards in my extra deck, and I couldn't figure out what else I wanted to put in there. If I had a Dark Rebellion, I'll throw it in there, or Heartland. But these are my favorites. So, of course, one copy of Extinction Knight. I love him. Blow up the field. You can't get better than that. Comes in handy in a lot of spots. It's hard to have less cards than your opponent in the Volcanics, but there's a lot of situations where you might. So I always have him in there. Castell. It's Castell. Put a card back in the deck. Comes in handy in so many different situations and wins me games. So it's Castell. Most of the time I'll go into the Volvo chain so I can send a reload to the graveyard or put a Firestorm Guards on the top of my deck. It's the Volvo chain. My favorite card in my extra deck. 101 helps out against Shaddolls. I've used it a lot against Shaddolls. And stop yourself from getting destroyed if you need it for a push. So it's 101. Cowboy for burn. Take the rest of their life. Karen Gorgon. Comes in handy, especially if you somebody's going to MST, you can switch it to your reload so you can get it in the graveyard. You got to know when to play it. Black Ship. Of course, the burn for damage. You got to love that burn for damage. That's why I have him in there.
Definitely.
Diamond Dyer, if somebody pulls out like a Royal Decree or something like that, I usually bring him out to get rid of that, or a Imperial Iron Wall. Diamond Dyer is for that situation.
Raven macros.
I have a Downard in here just for possibility of anything happening where I might get a Ring 3 from somebody or something like that. I just threw him in there because I had him. I haven't got to use him yet though. One of my favorites, Ragnar Zero. Very good against the Fire Fist match. You send Jews, Cleese, anything like that. Ragnar Zero is really good. He wins a lot of games. Rhapsody, especially against a mirror match, Burning Abyss, Stellar Knights. Basic card to have. Same thing with Dweller, mirror match, Shaddolls. It's Dweller. Comes in handy situations. Maestroke, same thing. If I need a little defense against certain situations. Very situational. And Steelstorm Roach against certain situations. Like Necroz, make sure they don't pull off something, or Shaddolls. So Steelstorm Roach really good at that. I love my Volcanics, and I can't wait to play them in the YCS. We'll be doing update videos of how the YCS is going and whatnot like that. And I'll be doing more profiles, and of course we'll be doing a lot more profiles in the future to come. And I hope you guys all enjoy them.
All right, like you said, man, just keep posted, and we'll get back at you.